Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Corsace Closed 2023. It's been a long and exciting weekend of semifinals matches, but now it is time to finally bring to you the finals Mappool showcase. I am Miles, and joining me this time is our lovely host, Chemo. What's up, Chemo?
Hey, filling in for Taikani today because he's a little sick, voice a bit too raspy to do final showcase this time, so you get me instead. Hello.
Yeah, we're gonna have a great and awesome time doing this showcase. The pools are expanding. We now have 4 modded maps per mod. So 4 hiddens, 4 hard rocks, 4 DTs, and this pool is going to be balanced around being 8.2 stars. So we are getting really high up there in the star rating. These maps are going to be really freaking hard. So let's get right on into it because we've got a long showcase ahead of us. Starting out with Nomad 1, we've got Kagara Nakiyume, mapped by Eli. Ellie, yep. Eli is how people in my part of the world say it. Yeah, this is a really freaking spaced aim map. You've got lots of full screen jumps all the way through it, and really this is just following up on last week's Nomad 1, where it's really just an aim trainer all the way through.
We have the Azriel Nomad 1, I would say pretty common jump map artist. Plenty of maps people know about this artist. Rectigon with the replay, I asked him super last minute for this one, and he was just like, yeah, sure, I got you. And pulled up with 99% act in like maybe a couple tries.
Yeah,
Rectigon. Map is still pretty hard. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are more familiar with the loved set of this song, where I think Kakizi famously got like the first 900 PP ever on a loved map.
First 900 PP, except it's not actual PP.
Yeah, it's fake PP.
Yep.
Look at these stars.
5-minute map. Pretty consistent jumps. The OD is OD8. It's a little bit pretty easy to act. It's going to be very much a who can combo the most map at this point. There's one miss and it's probably just over.
Yeah, definitely the true aim players map, where you're not really going to see many of the all-rounders really want to pick this. I think it's really going to be the aim specialists that are remaining in the tournament who are going to be opting into this one. Probably players like Emrek, and I'm really not sure if anyone else is really going to be too happy to pick this in their matchup, especially knowing who Emrek is facing. Not sure if that player is really going to want to pick this into Emrek.
Well, at this stage in the tournament, I would say Nomad 1 is a pretty big toss-up map unless you're Emrek, so probably only worth taking if you're in dire straits at the end of the match.
Yeah, but then even if you decide to do that, you're picking a 5-minute Nomad 1 with this amount of space jumps.
Yeah,
you're going to be really hard-pressed to find a good score on this map, I think.
Gotta keep your nerves intact to really pop off on this map.
Yeah, like, look at the spacing on those jumps during the very intense part of that Ki. This is what happens when we have to reach the star rating in tournament map pools.
I think it's actually slightly lower BPM than last pool's Nomad 1.
Actually, I think it's like about the same.
About the same?
Yeah, I think the last one was around 220, and this one is 224, if I'm correct.
Well, maybe I'm misremembering. I think I'm misremembering the song from last pool. I thought it was 230 BPM. But yeah, 223 BPM jumps. Pretty long. There's not a whole lot really going on in the map otherwise. Oh, except for that. Yeah. Be ready for follow point streams at this BPM.
Yeah, that long 1/3 stream, but as long as you're ready for it, I think most of the players should hit it. It is just a circle. Not any difficult flow aim on that alt pattern. Really, I think players are really just going to be contending with the jumps on this map. But if you do manage to lose a pick because you chain missed that 1/3, I will personally apologize to you.
Oh, I won't. It's fine.
Oh, true. More stars. The stars are really big.
A lot of consecutive jumps in this one. No sliders to really give you much of a break between the big evil patterns.
Also, I think it's worth noting that Nomad 1s on the longer end really end up becoming, I guess, more of a consistency test than even older Nomad 1s used to be, where back in the day, most Nomad 1s were always those full version anime songs where they're well above 4 minutes. But then we kind of shifted to a little bit lower for a while in favor of things that are shorter but more aim intensive. This one kind of combining best of both worlds, where you just have hellishly large jumps for 4.5 minutes straight, and it's really, really difficult. Alright, now, gonna be moving on to Nomad 2. We've got a custom by Corrupt. This is
a collab of 3 mappers. It's Corrupt, it's Winter, and one other person I don't remember the name of. I really should remember who they are, but yep, this was originally supposed to be the grand finals Nomad 2, but it was actually a little too easy, so we bumped it down instead of forcing them to buff the entire map because it really wasn't worth it. Wanted to just keep the map the same.
Yeah, welcome back to Metal Nomad 2s. We've got a long metal map here for you. Also a very long map, this one also nearing 5 minutes in length. I promise you it will start to get lower the further we get through the pool, but these first 2 maps are really long. But I think it definitely suits this style of map. Very, very stamina intensive.
Yeah, getting shorter next pool is an understatement for Nomad 2, but yeah, pretty long map here again. Basically the same length as the last map.
Also, difference in the stream shapes as well. You really saw with last week's Nomad 2, people really had a lot of difficulty with the overlaps and the cuts on that Aerial Nomad 2. But these streams play a lot more similarly to the likes of, I'd say, Mazarin streams. Like, a lot of you are probably familiar with his Nomad 2s, things like Shackle to the Trillathon of Cthulhu. These streams shaped, I'd say, more similarly to those than the ones in the Aerial Nomad 2 from last week.
Yeah, it's what, 20 BPM higher than last week's Nomad 2, and a lot more of a focus on gradual acceleration decels, maybe some sharp turns, but overall a lot simpler stream patterns at a higher BPM. Definitely more of a stamina map than last week was.
Yeah, honestly, I would almost go to call this similar as some of the older types of Nomad 5s we used to see, where they were around this 220 to 235 BPM range, but now when we're reaching 8.3 plus stars in map pools, like, you have to get harder somewhere, and here it's going to be in the stamina and BPM department.
Yeah, we have other Metal Nomad 2s? I actually don't remember. I know last week we had Graham. Next week it's definitely not.
I'm trying to remember as well. In quarters we had I actually don't remember either. I mean, I guess in qualifiers we had a Dragon Force Nomad 2, which counts as metal.
Oh, that's true. Like a 6-minute map or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not much Metal Nomad 2s this time around. Definitely in contrast to past 2 iterations.
Yeah.
A lot more. It's pretty hard to find songs that aren't metal for this type of map, I'd say. At least ones that people haven't already mapped.
Yeah, this replay was by Lucrease, by the way, our amazing replayer who finally this week got a little bit of a break. Didn't have to do half of the replays this week. Got a lot of help from some players like Intercambing and Rectigon, and Worst HR player, even.
Take a nice break. Map really getting hardy here. Some of the more space streams you'll see in the entire map. A lot more harsher curves as well.
It looks like we've finally reached the end. End of 2 nearly 5-minute maps for Nomad 1 and Nomad 2, but now on to Nomad 3, starting to get a little bit shorter. We've got a wrong BG on that, but it's a different map. got a Captain 1 custom. I'm
Nope.
not going to try and pronounce the title.
I'm not gonna try to pronounce the title or the artist either, don't worry. Oh yeah, Captain 1 custom alt map. I actually haven't looked at this map beforehand. It's my first time seeing it. So
should be my job to explain it as a map pooler. We've got a... Yeah, it's a Captain 1 alt map. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with his style. I think it's really... It's kind of difficult to explain his style in particular, but I think it has a lot of emphasis on that that cursor control on a lot of these patterns. But it does get a really spaced during some of the Ki sections. I'd say almost similarly to the last No Mod 3 we had, except this one being an entirely different style of map as well, so we're keeping it fresh here.
I think, I don't remember if it was last year's or the year before's iteration for Closed, but I know Captain did a collab No Mod 3 with Half-Slashed. I don't think that was open. It was on some artist. I don't remember. This is so bad. I don't remember the artist either. But I was gonna say, I imagine this map might be somewhat similar to that, just a lot harder. Because that map I'm thinking of was, I think, semifinals.
If you're looking at this, the patterns that I just played on while you were talking, these patterns are so brutal. The ones during the Ki and then that variable spacing stream that happened right after the chorus as well, just so brutal to be consistent on. Definitely takes, I think, some of the harder aspects of the last two No Mod 3s and just makes them exponentially harder in this map. We have the extremely difficult aim control that you saw in the quarterfinals No Mod 3, and then a lot of the difficult spacing that we saw in the semis No Mod 3. Now we've got a package of both of them here.
Yeah, I mean, these patterns look really hard, and I mean, worst HR player, probably best person we have to do replays for this kind of map, making it look relatively easy.
Yeah, but that guy is just so insane. Worst HR player has gotten so good over the last few months.
Yeah. 600 plus K score with 99 AC. One miss. Definitely best replay you could have hoped for with this map. Almost 160 BPM as well, so a little faster than usual.
Alright, now on to No Mod 4. I'm pretty sure you actually know more about this map than I do, Kimo.
I don't know much about the map. I know about the song. I mean, you can probably guess what type of map this is based by the mapper, but we have Mirzam, Aoi versus Cyclo, mapped by Czar. Fun fact, Aoi also the same one who made King Atlantis, the Grand Finals Tiebreaker open last year. But yeah, we have 210-ish BPM, touch streams, sliders, or 201 BPM, my bad. But yeah, I feel like most people in the game know what to expect when they see Czar as the mapper. Although, this map definitely has a lot harder circle patterns, I mean. A lot of more messed up streaming than just the usual big sliders you'd be used to.
Yeah, you can see with those triangle cuts are absolutely brutal to aim. Yeah, as Kimo mentioned, the aim control on this map is definitely going to be, I think, the most difficult part of this, along with the technical aspects of this map as well, like the long sliders. But I'd definitely go to call it more of a well-rounded tech pick rather than to classify it as one of the, slider tech versus flow tech argument that we see in a lower stage No Mod 4 versus HD3. This map really just throws a lot of things at you.
Yeah, this map is pretty brutal. I looked at it quickly while getting the replays gathered, and I was like, wow, this is hard. Alright, okay, we have something even more terrifying next week. Better be ready for that one.
That's true. Grand Finals pool is just messed up in general.
Yeah, pretty short song here, about 2:30 in length. Pretty standard for No Mod 4.
Bashi Man replay. Thank you so much for this replay, Bashi Man.
Thank you, Bashi Man, for tanking my last minute request to do a replay in 2 seconds. I was minutes from going to sleep and he grabbed it to me and I was like, thank you so much. But yeah, this is the slider stuff that I imagine most people are used to when they see this mapper.
Okay, now it looks like that is gonna be it for No Mod 4. Now I'm sure none of you guys are gonna be able to guess this No Mod 5 that we pulled here because yeah, it's a custom map, guys. It's a custom.
Oh,
Just
my
look at this
favorite kind of
custom
map.
Yeah, my favorite kind of custom map. Just kidding! It's everything will freeze.
I mean, I just want to say I only knew they pulled this like last night when I was looking at the sheet to get all the replays done. So I'm guessing there was a really big starvation for No Mod 5s because they were just like, yeah, sure, put this map in.
Yeah, no, we were really angry that everyone was FCing that No Mod 5 from last week. We just decided to say, okay, you know what, we put the least FCable map of all time in this map pool. Enjoy it, everything will freeze. Winner can play, thank you so much for this. Yeah, if you are not familiar with this map, you've probably been living under a rock or are new to OQ. This is definitely one of the most famous maps of all time. Up at 240 BPM, it features some extremely difficult stream patterns, as well as some difficult aim patterns as well. As you can see during the chorus, you've got squares, which is actually the bane of all speed players. Sorry, not sorry, but yeah, I think a lot of this map is going to be a mental battle for some of the players just because of how famous it is. It's like at the same tier as some of the other super old legendary maps like, I don't know, Big Black, Airman, Image Material, where you're just kind of like playing history right now.
I mean, this map's like one of the most known in the game, so yeah, can't imagine many people exist who don't know what this map is. Also, yeah, it's a 30 BPM drop from last week's No Mod 5, but this map is also longer and has much longer chains, and is overall a less forgiving map, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's one of the less forgiving maps of all time, especially during the ending screen. The ending TI section has a very long and very brutal, more speed screen than any of the rest of the screens in the map. There's a lot of famous things happen on that screen, like it's easy almost like the H3 car in like 2019. And that screen, so brutal. Yeah, I've been made known that my mic went down the toilet. I'm sorry, guys.
Miles taking a little trip underwater right now. But yeah, definitely just a speed map. Pure speed map, not much aim to really get messed up on. I mean, this is on the rock, probably just gonna be a shit miss from players. Yeah, this is probably the most stamina intensive No Mod 5 we've had in the entire tournament so far. And I honestly wonder if it's more stamina intensive than next week's, because not a lot of maps hitting like this anyways.
I don't know. Is my mic better, guys?
You're a little quiet.
Oh.
How about now?
maybe a little quieter now. Turn it down.
Turn it. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, it was good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
with No Mod 5 done, we're moving on to No Mod 6. We have
level down.
Level down by 2L. You pronounce it 2L. KTG stir map. This is AR3, I think. Is this the AR3 version?
This is the AR3 version. Now, this is a little bit of a different ballpark from our last No Mod 6s, which were, I think they added a lot of other elements to the reading, but this one, it's really just a raw reading map. There isn't really too much difficulty outside the reading. I feel like it's really the type of map where you really can either play it or you can't. Where, like, if you aren't comfortable playing AR3, you're not really going to have a good time wanting to learn this map, and you might just opt to ban it out instantly. While the players who are decent at AR3 will probably find this map to be really easy. That's something we found with our test players. Guys like Yokespie and Listia both thought this map was pretty easy for the round. But with the, I'd say, lack of reading players left in the tournament, I think this will prove to be quite the challenge for a lot of them.
Yeah, definitely a AR gap map, if I had to say it. And yeah, the two playtesters, they thought it was easier than last week's Nomad 6. Bob? I think it was Bob.
Yeah, it was Bob.
Definitely different kinds of maps, so yeah. Not a super long song, it's under 2 minutes, I think. So you don't have to spend that much time focusing, but within that length, it's, I'd say, a little bit taxing to stare at this the whole time.
Alright, now that's going to be it for the Nomad pool. Now on quickly into the hidden pool, we've got Holy Orders, another custom map, this time by Kawari. Not a DT1 from Kawari, but this map is sick. This map is awesome.
Oh, did you miss PB length normal picks? Well, this one is 5 minutes long, so have fun with that.
Oh, another 5-minute map. Oh,
This map
goody.
is probably going to get pulled as tiebreaker in a different tournament, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it might. This map just features fast aim all the way through. A lot of you may be familiar with the very old version of this song. But yeah, this one focuses a lot more on aim than the other one, where the other one is kind of just an alt map. This one really focuses on these sharp angled patterns, kind of similar to what you would see in a typical Falcom Sound Team hidden one, kind of like the one we had in qualifiers, I would say.
Yeah. Definitely what you would imagine from this kind of a song, I would say. Fast aim, alt map, but with hidden and somewhat big spacing. Replay from Intercamping. Thank you so much for again another last minute replay, saving me from having to do stuff super early in the morning.
Yeah, this map stays fairly consistent throughout. Not really any particular diff spike, I would say, in this map. But I would say all of the sections where the song is intense, the map is also going to be intense, so just makes for a outstanding tournament map, IMO.
I wonder how many Holy Order maps there are.
Probably not too many. I mean, the map does have the song is really iconic, but I don't feel like I've seen too many maps of it.
I think it's Holy Orders 2. I think that's the LKS map I'm thinking of. Is it even called Holy Orders 2? I don't remember.
I don't think it's called Holy Orders 2, it's just called Holy Orders, but it is by LKS. And now here we have a
it is just Holy Orders,
stream
okay.
section. Yeah, that's pretty brutal if you aren't ready for it. But then it follows up very quickly with this zigzag stream that I'm pretty sure a lot of you might recognize. I'm pretty sure that might just be copy-pasted right out of Jean d'Armes.
That's a lot of crazy aim patterns. Yeah. I don't actually remember. The only other Holy Orders map I actually remember is the LKS map, and I know there's like a decent number more by other mappers, but
I only know the LKS one as well, so if
That
there are
was,
more,
my favorite map to put in multis because everyone just dies.
yeah, during the quad section on that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and here we have another awesome little burst section. You saw some of those 1/3 streams that kind of curve back on themselves. Be pretty brutal. I think if anyone is nervous at all at this section, they're gonna end up finding a lot of breaks.
1-3 being I think it's almost 180 BPM at this BPM, maybe 1 to 1-3, I mean. Probably closer to high 170. So definitely not super slow. You have to be pretty conscious about that.
Yeah, another very long and consistent aim pick, so honestly, knowing the other aim maps in this pool, the aim players this week really have a lot of long maps to contend with, which I think will probably be pretty welcoming to the aim players left in the tournament, because they do feed off of that consistency. Alright, now on to our low AR hidden pick, Hidden 2. Got another custom map coming up, this time by Hanabite. And we've got another classic song, actually, Yokohatsu Sakuran Girl.
Oh, this song is great. I like this song.
Yeah, this map is something. I feel like I should just let it speak for itself.
Yeah, it's I mean, at the end of the day, it's just low AR aim map, but it's a pretty cool map. I like this one. Granted, I haven't really given any other HD2s much look, but this one I did happen to look while it was still being mapped in, and I like it.
Yeah, I think this one is... I don't know how to compare them. I don't know how to compare them to the other AR8 hidden maps we've had, but well, I mean, first off, we haven't really had too many AR8 hiddens. A lot of them have gone below that, down to like AR7.5, AR7, I believe, for a few past rounds. But this time we're going back up to AR8, so that should be a sight for sore eyes for some players who don't really love the super low AR. But you know, we went with the AR3 No Mod 6 this week, so going up to AR8 on the AR8 or on the hidden 2 slot just seems a little bit sensible. Okay, you can see that zigzag pattern. You have to go exactly to the song on that. It's super brutal if you don't learn it, but it's pretty fair when you do learn it, I feel.
Yeah. Another song is also pretty long. It's lower end of 4 minutes. Still 4 minutes. So definitely might be AR8 map, but also some level of a consistency map as well.
Yeah, but you know, with some 1v1 matches playing out as quickly as they do, where, you know, a lot of players tend to do insta-picks and the matches do move at such a fast pace, I think it's fine having some longer picks in the map pool, because especially now that we're in finals week, it's going to be best of 13, so we're going to get some nice long matches on our hands, and I think it's going to be really nice to see. There's another wiggle. Oh my god.
Yep. It's gonna be, can't wait to see someone like miss on the game again. Yep, some of the other cuts in the streams also a little brutal.
Yeah, I'd say the cuts will probably be the main place where people find breaks during these chorus sections. Because when you aren't really too comfortable on the lower approach rate, cuts like that just become so brutal.
Yep. Actually, I wonder where Form missed on this map. Maybe he did miss and I just missed it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Forum.
Very true.
This guy got this replay only learning the map for maybe 20 minutes. This guy's actually so unreal at these skill sets.
Yep. A little bit of BPM change as well.
Yeah, it's part of the song.
Okay.
Speeding up.
A bit faster, 200 BPM. Yeah, not super fast, but...
Oh, here we have the Hollow Wings inspo patterns. This reminds me of the Hollow Wings map of this song where I think she grid snapped the whole thing.
Yeah, getting into the final chorus here. Some more of the brutal cuts. Near cross means space one.
So yeah, another map that I feel is very consistent all the way through. Makes for a great tournament map. We don't have too many diff spike maps in our customs, and I really like that. A lot of these maps should hopefully see a lot of reuse in community tournaments for years to come, especially as the skill cap starts to go even higher. You're gonna see people start to pool a lot of the Corsace Closed maps elsewhere.
So this should be a HR map, thoughts?
I mean, yeah, I mean, you can put an HR. I mean, it's really aim intensive. And I mean, with the cursor control on this with Hard Rock, I would imagine definitely going to be very intense. Maybe also a HR3 pick maybe somewhere. But yeah, all right, that's going to be it for Hidden 2. Now, yeah, we are not crazy. We are not crazy. We are not crazy. Guys, we are not crazy. We're good map poolers!
I mean, I have no part in this. I do not take part in pooling. This is Miles and Aiden's job. So they just put maps in and then I see them like the day before Showcase goes live. So yeah. Suicide Parade. Quick? Is that how you pronounce it? That's how I pronounce it.
Yep.
Quick map. Yeah. People know this map already. I don't know how much explaining you really need to do.
Yeah, glad our host is going to be throwing me and Aiden under the bus, but yeah, any hate towards our map pool picks can be directed towards my DMs, Miles, #6023, add me, and I will amuse all of your map pool feedback, but I will probably not actually, so don't DM me. Yeah, this map, another very famous map. I'd say I wouldn't even go as to call this an alt map. I would say it's not an alt map, but it has alt patterns, and the hardest parts of this map are alt patterns, so maybe we should call it an alt map.
Well, an alt map. True, we have 2 alt maps in HD pool. Shortest. It's the shortest map in the HD pool as well. It's like what, 3 minutes, 10 seconds. Can't believe that it's the shortest map, but.
Yeah, another thing about this map is I think the most well-known part of this map is actually the pattern that is about to be coming up. So I mentioned that thing about maps not having diff spikes in our custom maps. Well, this map is not a custom of ours. So that means we aren't able to control whether a diff spike like this happens. Yeah, if you hit this, I hope you really win the map.
That's true. Oh, some of the... So brutal. These look so hard, and form is just like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, form is so good.
Gave him enough time, he would just FC it.
Legit. Except I would go as far as saying that actually the end section of this chorus is actually just as hard as the diff spike, maybe even harder. Depending on what type of player you are. Except I would actually say this section is harder because you also have the very difficult chorus section to play before it, which means your grip might be a little bit off compared to the diff spike where it really just comes after a slower section, so your aim is going to be pretty much on point.
Yeah, this is the real alt map. This is the real Nomad 3.
True. True.
You know, next pool I think we should just... I don't know what Nomad 3 we have in next pool. I haven't looked yet, but we should just put like a 170 BPM map at this point, honestly.
Oh my god, Form hit that diff spike at the end of the chorus. That is so cool.
Yep. I don't know. It's like not even surprising. It's just I expect him to do this on these maps now.
And obviously those zigzags in the ending, he hits those. Now on to our first hidden 4 pick of the tournament. Obviously expanding the map pool. We have got another 5-minute map, guys. When you look at that, we've got Lowermost Revolt mapped by Hifu.
It's your HD tech map. That's all there is really to say to it. Bit on the faster side. I think this is 210-ish BPM. Replay by Chillier that he did super late at night. For me, when I was just asking literally everyone I could because I really needed the replay. But yeah, map has some pretty brutal sliders, messed up cut streams at 210 BPM basically, and I don't know. I think some of the hardest parts of this map are the 1-3 patterns, which are basically just like 310 BPM jumps. But yeah.
Team, I'm gonna say it. Say it. Mech tech.
Mech tech, true.
It is tech, it is also mech.
I mean, there's definitely some level of mechanics in this. I'd say most of the sliders in this like here and then at some point near the end of the map.
Yeah, I'd say once again we're kind of breaking the mold with the whole idea of, you know, the hidden tech pick being flow, the Nomad tech pick being mostly slider aim. Because honestly, both the Nomad 4 and this hidden 3 have a lot of different elements to them. I think they're really just complete maps. Like, you've got a lot of different elements of difficulty present in both of these maps. But they are definitely different, I'd say mostly based off of the BPMs.
I would definitely say that the Nomad 4 has definitely more slider aim focus. I mean, it's a design map. Not a bit hard to compete with that for most of the maps you could have picked. But this one's also just like nearly 20 BPM higher. So a lot more of the patterns, like those cut streams are messed up. Yeah, it's a lot more 1-4 focus. A lot more on the actual just raw jumps instead of big slider aim.
Yeah, I can just imagine, honestly, Taquito and Henry just absolutely destroying this map, as well as Malashevsky. I think all three of those players are going to be licking their chops looking at this map.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. The map definitely gets a lot harder at the ending. I would say maybe not a super big diff spike, but it's definitely like a jump in difficulty.
But I'd say mostly off of just this type of skill set in general. 220 plus BPM tech is something that isn't really always explored in map pools, but I feel like when it is, it's always such a treat. Because like you really get to see like who the high skill cap tech players are. Like, although this does box out players like Badu because of the BPM, I think players like Taquito and Henry really get to shine on this type of map.
Beetle's gonna go crazy on this map in match.
Legit. 500k, let's see it.
500k, 600k, to be honest.
FC, to be honest.
Actually, it's pretty long. You could very easily miss halfway through and then your score is just doomed. But I can imagine a lot of people missing more on the later end of the map.
Yeah, it's actually now where I'm realizing just how many long maps are in this map pool.
Yeah, I should have flamed you guys for that, but honestly, I just did not look, so...
No, but I'll be honest, I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, we're gonna have longer matches, and in finals there are just fewer matches, so we get lots of more top-tier OSU tournament content with some longer maps, and
That's
should be a treat to watch. Gonna be really excited for some of these matches in this upcoming weekend, but we're gonna be covering that after this map pool showcase.
Yep, this is when the map really goes. Really hard. Absolutely crazy with the flowing and the sliders. But yeah, I mean, there's also some level of it's just harder to find stable maps at this difficulty range. Definitely something that's been a bit of a difficulty for them. I don't blame them, it's not really their fault.
Yep. Alright, now that's gonna do it for our hidden pool. It's been a very long hidden pool. Average length is well over 4 minutes, but now we're gonna be going into the Hard Rock pool and
Hard Rock 1?
Yeah, what is this Hard Rock 1, Kavo? Roll the tape.
I can only imagine what Hard Rock 1 could possibly be.
He would never tomato Eligiggle on the Hard Rock 1. But that's exactly what we did. We were like, has anyone ever pulled this? Probably not. I mean, we haven't really seen this in too many tournaments, but I think this does contrast really well with the other aim maps in this pool. We've got something a little bit more conventional. Although, once again, this is one of the classic maps of all time where you're kind of going through history just playing this map.
My, one suggestion in a pool the entire tournament I gave in voice chat, and it wasn't even my suggestion. It was someone else gave me the idea for it, for something else, and then I was like, wait a minute, this could just be picked, honestly. And then they were just like, yeah, sure, they just put it in. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows this map, surely you know this map. I don't need to explain what this is to people.
Yeah. Who needs to explain? Right now, let's pretend we're watching like a 16 index score right now, even though this is a Rectagon replay, getting 715k on this, really good. But, yeah, this is just more typical aim, I guess, when compared to something like the, I don't know, crazy spacing of the Nomad 1, or the fast, sharp angles of the Hidden 1. We've got something definitely a lot more conventional, something that you see in a ranked map, because this map is ranked.
What even was last week's HR1? I don't know.
It was the Star Sticks map.
Oh right, it was like the actual mech tech map.
Yeah, it was slider jump hell.
Usao core. Usao-san. Yeah, okay, I remember that map. I actually looked at that map. Yeah, that definitely a big contrast to last week.
Just got pinged in a Discord server I haven't typed in for like 3 years saying Mappool sucks and I hate you.
You should tell them that I agree and I said the same thing to you in voice chat.
Yeah, but And then I promptly said, don't care, and went to my little hidey hole with Aiden where we could laugh and scream at this Mappool. Oh yeah, look at these jumps. That's the diff spike on this map. The one that probably wouldn't get this pooled in maybe any other tournament, but I think it adds to the hype to this map. Similarly to the diff spike at the end of Everything Will Freeze, except this one is more at the 2/3 mark where you really have another difficult chorus right after this. So I think that just adds a little bit of suspense because I think all the players in the tournament are going to be capable of hitting that diff spike. But if you see the scores at the break and it's really close, I think you're going to get really nervous and it's going to make for some great matches.
Has this been pulled in other tournaments in the past? I just wouldn't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, with Hard Rock on this difficulty, I doubt it.
No, not on Hard Rock, but honestly, I kind of
definitely
forgot
not.
this was on Hard Rock because what's the normal CS of this map without Hard Rock?
Looks like it's 5.2, so CS4.
PS4, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I was looking at it on my laptop, and I'm like, hey, these circles look bigger than I feel like they should. Yeah, map is closer to 3 minutes. Now we have HR2, which is a custom map by Gigi. Not gonna try to pronounce the title, but Mori Mori Atsushi remix of some Toho song that I don't remember the name of. But this is HR2 Tiny Circles aim map. Really, really tiny circles. 6.89. I don't remember what the base CS is. But it's a quick 2-ish minute map song where you just have to play Tiny Circle aim for a while. Replayed by Rectigon because, I mean, who else at this point? This is like a map for him, I feel like. He got this replay super quickly and was really surprised by the score.
So good at this type of map. But yeah, honestly, I would say the most difficult part of this map is going to be the streams for a lot of these players because at 6.89 you don't really see too many streams that often, but these streams are pretty long and definitely gives you a lot of options to mess up. And then you have this jump section right here. Be absolutely brutal if your cursor is more oriented towards the flow aim from the streams.
Yeah, that's true. Some of the streams are going to be pretty hard when the circles are almost as big as your cursor. But yeah, not a terribly long song. 2 minutes 50 seconds. Although I'm pretty sure the ending of the song is like basically nothing. I don't actually remember. Yes, this is in fact 8.55 stars, but do keep in mind that I don't remember if this is. I don't think this is local SR. I think this might be website SR because website really likes to bump up that precision SR.
Yeah, precision SR is a little broken. I can guarantee you that this is not the hardest map in this pool. I think the players are going to be very comfortable on this, and that's going to do it for this map. Now we've got another custom, this one from Yaspo. We've got Higashi by Katagiri.
Yes, I love this song. This is my favorite song in the pool, probably. No bias from me, because I suggested him the song. But yeah, we have probably not the type of song people are used to when they see Katagiri as the artist. It's 164 BPM, and it has a focus on 1.8 and 1.6 rhythm changes. So yeah, that kind of map. Finger control, definitely evident by Rectigon's act here, being like below 95%, I think.
Yeah, map is on the shorter side, only 2 minutes and 9 seconds long. But yeah, as you mentioned, the finger control on this is just so brutal. It goes back to, I think the dead format of Nomad 6 from back in 2021 when all of them were finger control. But then a lot of people started moving it to Hard Rock, and that's what we did here.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that kind of Nomad 6 on crack, because some of these are 1.8 bursts into stuff, and that's like, at this PPM, that's like, what, 320 something BPM? Granted, they're only like triples, I'm pretty sure, but definitely something to watch out for.
Absolutely. Yeah, do not let the 7.02 stars deceive you because this map is really freaking hard.
Yep, come here at the end of the map with those sliders going in and out of the... I think that's 1-8. Yeah, some of these 1-4 into 1-6 bursts also pretty brutal. And yeah, like Miles said, pretty short. Not super long.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. You're welcome. You get one short song and the rest of the tournament's gonna be like 5 minutes.
Yep, enjoy it.
If the rest of the pool was actually like 5 minutes, I wonder how long it would take to play one match. Like, what's the most possible map that can be played in a match?
In a best of 13, we've got 13 possible maps, including Tiebreaker, though.
Oh yeah, I
Tiebreaker's
love
also
the
gonna be
hour-long
long.
match.
Yeah,
2
I
hours
mean,
long.
hour long is normal for team format, but 1v1 usually is a lot shorter. But now on to Hard Rock 4. Got an Impure Pug custom. Now this map is just the most brutal aim control ever. It is aim control in the name. It is all the map is, and you will suffer if you are not perfect on every single pattern.
Actually, this is one of the maps I just haven't looked at, so you have fun with it. This map looks really hard, I will say.
Yeah, this map, it's quite low BPM, down at 157, but every single time there is any continuous pattern on this map, it will be cut or very spaced. So I would say the chain miss potential on this map may be bigger than any other map in the map pool, where there is just potential to miss on almost every single pattern that has a cut or a spacing change. And that being on the shorter side, only 2 minutes and 39 seconds, any break you find is going to severely nerf your score, so I think it's definitely going to be a gamble pick for a lot of players because just this type of aim control is just so hard to be absolutely consistent on. And now into the Ki section, you're going to see everything else just completely blossom. Look at that zigzag. That is so brutal.
So, these look so hard, man. Like, just chains and chains of actually just so messed up patterns.
Impure Pug custom, I don't remember if I mentioned that or not.
Yep. 8 stars. This map is actually higher SR than the... This might be even higher SR than... What SR was Tomei Elegy with HR?
I don't even remember, but it's 8 stars and 157 BPM. That's all you need to know.
Exactly.
Right, now, onto the DT pool, we have another classic. So, in recent years, people have started DTing these types of maps, and I just cannot believe it. So, we are going to be pulling this in the tournament. Classic Rizia map. Fantastic Dreamer.
Is it bad that I don't know this map?
Yes, it is terrible, and I hate you.
I'm so sorry. When was this made?
Probably like 2016, maybe?
2016? Okay, I just don't play this kind of music then, I'm sorry.
Unlucky. But yeah, this is the full version of this song from the anime. But yeah, it is just full-on Rizia aim. It's, I think, a type of aim that we don't really see really mapped anymore. But it's going to be really pleasant to see in a tournament because people can DT this stuff nowadays. I'm going to be expecting some high scores on this from the DT players remaining. I feel like Emrek could just FC this on command, I feel.
I forget now because we're in DT pools that the maps are going to be short. Well, relatively short. 2 minutes, 30-ish seconds with DT. 78 BPM. That's pretty good, I'd say, considering the past few maps.
Oh yeah, those alternating squares that you have to be prepared for, else you might kind of miss. Into those instant 1/2 jumps, 1/2 jumps. I mean, I guess they're mapped at 1/2 rhythm, so they are 1/2 jumps if you think about it.
Yeah, true. It's AR 10.5 again. I don't remember if last week DT 1 was AR 10.5, but I think at some point in the tournament we had 10.5 already, so I feel like it should be expected though when we get to this hard of pools. So.
Yeah, I would say this map is relatively consistent in that it has many diff spikes, but the diff spikes are interspersed throughout the map, so I'd say as long as you're able to hit a couple of them, you're going to be able to get a good score on this, but if you just flat out missed all of the diff spikes on this map, you're not really going to get a good score on this. Like, for example, you also have that tapping section there, so you can't just be a aim one trick and get through this map. You have to be able to hit those bursts as well.
Also, intercamping with the replay. Tragic you miss. Could have been an FC, but pretty good replay for this map.
That's gonna be for DT1. Now, quickly on to DT2, you know, it couldn't be a map pool that I was involved in without some Umineko somewhere. We've got another custom map, this one by a local hero, Akai Tsukunise. Yep, it's from Umineko. I don't remember exactly what chapter this plays in, but yep, this is DT2. I'd say it's a lot different from our typical DT2, where this map also has a lot of different types of patterns in this too. There's an insane amount of finger control paired with the stamina, and it is also fairly low AR. It's AR 8, and it's crazy how that's relatively low AR these days, but yeah, I'll just let the map speak for itself. It is so brutal.
We have minus 45 on artists that a few people I recognize from. I'm pretty sure Gendalzo.
Yep.
Ancient EMS song at this point. Yeah, they're also a featured artist on Osu.
Oh yeah, this map also went on a journey, by the way. This is one of the first customs that was announced. Local Hero started this a long time ago. Went through a lot of iterations, maybe had the most messages out of any of the threads for the custom channels because we just weren't really sure where to put this, but it ended up in finals, and I think in a really good spot. And I'm going to be really hyped for Local Hero to maybe rank this after the tournament's over. I'll be sure as hell to leaderboard farm it.
Yep. It's 263 BPM. Pretty fast, but definitely not as fast as other things you have. If Miles, you remember what the next map is gonna be?
Wait, oh yeah, I remember what the next map is gonna be. Yeah, definitely not on the faster end when compared to DT3. So yeah, you remember how we have 4 DT maps now? Yeah, we can finally go back to a 4DT format, which means DT3 is going to be very, very, very fast. So, hope you're all ready for that.
Yeah, you mentioned Nerdic Replay destroyed this map. Like, I don't know, man. This map is so hard, and yet he pulls up with a 1 miss, 0 50s. Like, wonder how much if you get from seeing this map.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so sad that Ninrik's out of the tournament, because on a map like this, he just would be just the best. I don't know if anyone is going to be able to beat this score in the match. But if they do...
Impossible. Yeah.
Okay. Speed players, your time has come. You have been suffering through only 3 DTs for a while. Now enjoy your 300 BPM bursts.
We have My Heart Will Go On by Dragon Force, the Karcher map. 300 BPM. I mean, Eric FC'd it, so, I mean, map's easy, surely. Only 2 minutes long? You guys should have put something faster.
That's true. I mean, we could go up to like 400 BPM. I mean, just like max out your rapid trigger and just start like jitter tapping your keyboard. You'll get it.
So you should have listened to me when I said we need to go 300 BPM no mod 5. It should have happened. Aiden wanted it to happen. I should have told him to do it.
I think I vetoed it. Unless I either vetoed it or I don't remember it. I don't know.
I don't even think you were. I think I told him this like in October. I wanted
that was before
BPM.
I was on staff.
That was before they grabbed you in.
Yeah, this map is definitely the most straightforward map in the pool where the aim is extremely simple, but you have to contend with these 300 BPM bursts on a very high AR. I believe this is 10.3, maybe 10.5. It is 10.3, so just going to be a very speedy map for very speedy players to pick. And if you are not very speedy, you might be looking to ban out this map.
Yep, I mean, what, 300 BPM? I don't think you could pick a more tapping or a more speed gate map. Yeah, pretty short. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. One of the shortest maps in the entire pool.
Oh, did he slider break on the last slider?
Did he? I don't know.
I don't know. All right, but now on
Oh my god, I think he did. He got a 50 on it.
No.
That's crazy. Not an FC.
DT4, we've got a Thunderbird custom. The alt map. Have you looked at this map too much, Chemo?
No, I haven't.
All right, well, I took a quick look at it. This map is yeah, this is the alt map. I'm pretty sure this map also went on a journey. I believe it started out in a different round, but we moved it up here to finals because it was pretty hard. AR 10.3 features a lot of difficult alt patterns.
I mean, I'm just saying, Rectagon got like a 91% AC on this, so I'm just gonna assume the map is like basically unplayable.
Yeah, no, this is the lowest score I think I've ever seen Rectagon get ever. So this map has to be the most insane thing I've ever seen. Yeah, into the chorus section here. Honestly, I can't believe that this map is making AR 10.3 look dense.
That's true. I mean, he called this like a memory map when he played it, so definitely some indication of what you're working with here. Yeah, also pretty short, 2 minutes, 39 seconds. So you get long maps in the hidden pool, but DT, it's got you covered for your fill of shorter maps.
Yep. Yeah, the aim control on this map really picking up in the second half. See, in that second chorus, you had a lot of those different snap patterns that you have to be really on your gear for, while the first chorus was really a lot of flow aim. But you can't just get away with only flow aiming this map. That's just how aim control heavy it is. Yeah, Rectagon under 400k. I don't know who really is going to want to pick this. Maybe Malshevsky against Emmerich.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know who would do super good on this. Honestly, the map is just messed up. This is just like 2 minutes of hard and you get like a break somewhere. Maybe contemplate why you picked this map.
Yep. Originally, Thunderbird actually tried going for the replay on this himself, but the map is just so hard that he didn't really get too good of a score, even though he was the mapper, so...
Not trying hard enough, honestly.
True.
Sure, I should have trapped him in his room and been like, you can't leave until you get at least 200k on this.
True. Alright, now it looks like that's going to do it for our main map pool. Now, onto the tiebreaker. Now, okay, we didn't find the most iconic map ever and use that as tiebreaker, but we found another really cool map to put in this tiebreaker. Got a map by Nyanami and O Twinkle, and we like to give out some massive props to them for editing this map to our liking before the tournament.
Yep, we have High Speed Particle Collider Beam Accelerator by Co! Exclamation mark. You may recognize the artist from anyone who's familiar with Hardcore Utopia. They have a few songs in there. And they're also pretty epic producer who makes some pretty intense songs like this. But also, don't mind the length of the song. Yeah, it's long, but that's not the important part about that. Yeah, not really much else to say. It's a standard tech tiebreaker, I would say. Upper end of 210 BPM, sliders, mechanics, 1-4 aim.
Yeah, definitely gonna be shifting a little bit for a lot of the tiebreakers so far in this tournament. It's really been mechanics focused, but this one gonna be more of a tech pick. I think to a lot of players' likings.
I think this is the longest tiebreaker we have in the entire tournament. No? I mean, number aside, like, 7.5 minutes is honestly pretty long, even for a tiebreaker. I think like even last year and the year before, the longest we had was like 6.5 minutes. I don't actually remember. Yeah, this one's pretty long, so all the nerves are going to be there if players actually get to this point.
Yeah, length on this map pool is actually something else. Especially on that Nomad and Hidden too. Pretty long maps. I mean, hey, we've been here for about an hour on the map pool. That just goes to tell you how long the map pool is. You have little to no break between any of the maps. You still have your maps to go on for extremely long.
Yeah, some pretty big sliders here.
We got our one.
Yeah, all those. Yeah, some of those streams are pretty hard, I would say, but map doesn't really get too different. Actually, I think that was 1-6 right there, which is a little fast, I think. Yeah, honestly, the song is pretty crazy. I like the song a lot. I'm actually happy they picked good song tiebreaker. That's the real thing that matters here.
A lot of the time I've been saying in this showcase that the map tends to throw a lot of things at you. This time it's the song throwing a lot of things at you. This song is just so intense for such a high percentage of it. It just prompts some of the wackiest patterns I think I've seen in a tech tiebreaker in a while.
I mean, hey, the song is going crazy for like 7 minutes straight. You get a bit of calm before you have to deal with another like 3 minutes of death.
Yeah, replay by Inner Camping getting only around 280k on this is kind of nuts. It just goes to show you how hard this map actually is.
Honestly, pretty good considering like the replays he did. I asked for them pretty last minute, and he did them pretty late at night. So, props to him for doing good. Because this map is not easy, especially with not too much practice on it. Brutal flow in here.
Into this last little explosion before the map starts to reach its cooldown. I think map definitely looked hardest at around that 1/3 section of the map, or maybe around halfway, where the sliders just got so big. But honestly, this map just has so much for you to miss on. It's going to be really a task for any player in this tournament to get a really strong score on this. But I really hope to see this played more than anything.
Yep. Reaching the end of the song here where it really just goes off the rails. Like, I heard you like real music. I start blast. I unironically like blast this stuff on my commute to work. Gotta set the mood properly.
True. Yeah, that is gonna do it for our finals map pool. About an hour after the stream started, just goes to show how long this pool is. But it's got its bangers, got its intense maps, got its classic maps, got its extremely difficult maps. Gonna be really hyped to see the matchups this weekend.
Yep. Well, thank you, Miles, for putting up with me and this last minute coverage. I'm gonna now trade off with iFlame, and they will do matchups for the weekend.
Hey,
So,
iFlame.
Hey, great showcase, Miles. Very nicely done. Let's
Hey,
get into
thank
some
you.
matchups, though.
True.
We only have 3 this weekend, so we'll get into them pretty quickly.
We've got 3 matchups and 2 potentials. We're going to be starting out with losers bracket. We've got Suwagi versus Taquito. Suwagi putting up this weekend, I think, the best performance I've seen against Malashevsky in a while, getting 3 whole points against him and looking almost poised to take him near TB this week as well. Just about to get a 4th point, but he stole it from him at the very end of that one.
Yeah, I mean, you look at some of Taquito's better skill sets that he has been able to abuse so far in this tournament. It's been things like the No Mod 6, the No Mod 2 that other players have had to ban out against him, but Suwagi is also a pretty solid rating player, so that's not so heavily advantaged for Taquito, of course, is very capable. We did see Taquito really pop off on the speed this weekend, and so I think that could be another point of contention between these two players, but I'd probably give Taquito the edge there, but like you mentioned, Suwagi having an absolutely incredible match against Malashevsky, and Taquito's going to have a very tough match for himself.
Yeah, definitely going to be really difficult for Taquito in this matchup, but I do think it's doable. Speed going to be the point of attack here for Taquito, but Suwagi going to be able to give him a very strong challenge on just about anything else. But to Taquito's credit, this week there is more speed for him, and there's a lot more mechanically intensive stuff as well, like that Hidden 4 being extremely mechanically intensive as well, so probably going to be some points on the board for Taquito, but probably going to edge us out to Suwagi just on the virtue of how strong he has been playing.
Absolutely. Should be close. Like you said, the pool lends itself very well to Taquito's, tech skill set, but should be moving on to the next matchup. We've got Kriller versus Enri.
Kriller and Enri, 2 players who so far in this tournament really have looked super dominant apart from the matches they lost. I believe Enri just having a bad day on round 1, losing to Ciccone, but since then just being extremely dominant, taking out tons of strong opponents in a very dominant fashion. I believe today 6-2ing Zudinator in a match that was very favored to him. And Kriller, I mean, it took MREC to beat Kriller. That just tells you how good he is.
Yeah, both of these players have been absolutely popping off. Enri especially had some absurd scores against both Zudinator and White Cat earlier this weekend, and so I think a lot of people were especially impressed with Enri this time around. And to be honest, for Enri, it feels like a huge step up compared to his play, not only in the first round, but even compared to quarterfinals, and so I could see this one being a very, very close one.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, now we have reached the final stage. That means everyone here is top 6 in Corsace Closed, which means they're probably in the top 6 in the world. Just goes to show how good they are at OSU tournaments. I mean, just getting to this stage in the tournament's unreal. Enri and Kriller have put in the work to get here, and I am so excited to see how these two match up against each other. I'd have to give Kriller an edge on some of the more gimmicky maps in the pool. However, Enri has proven himself during this tournament to be an extremely capable gimmick player who is willing to put in the time to practice a lot of these lower AR picks. So I think even if Kriller decides to try to use that point of attack against him, Enri definitely has the opportunity to steal some of those away from him. And I think Enri probably going to be going for the speed against Kriller, which should be a more definitive victory for him, I think.
Yeah, I think Enri is going to look to abuse those kind of rating picks as much as possible. Things like the finger control, those alt picks as well. But again, it's similar to the last matchup where there is a lot of tech in the pool, and Kriller is so good at all of these tech picks, and so I give Kriller the slight edge this time around as well.
Yeah, but honestly, don't know how it's going to go. I would say if I were to throw a guess at the wall right now, I will say Enri 7-5. That's what I would go with right now. But Kriller has also been playing extremely well, and it could definitely go either way. Definitely a match that you do not want to miss.
I think we could easily see that one go to tiebreaker, but we are also going to take a look at a potential matchup, and I believe we have got Taquito versus Enri.
Oh, Okay, there's a long-running joke of these two guys basically being the exact same person, so we're going to be dispelling that by having them be in the same lobby if this potential does occur. We've got Seed 7 and Seed 8, Taquito and Henry. Said a lot about these two players, a lot of similarities in their skill set, but I feel like with how Henry is playing right now, you kind of have to edge it towards him.
I would completely agree. I mean, you look at what Taquito has been so good at. Again, I said this in his last matchup, but Taquito has been especially strong on those rating picks, and Henry has been just as good on those rating picks, so would even give Henry the edge there. And if Henry can keep up the performance from this weekend, I would give Henry the edge as well.
I just think Henry has the skill set and the skill cap for just about every single map in this pool. I think he might... I don't know. I just saw his performance this week. He FC'd, or almost FC'd the Nomad 1 at the very least. Performed well on across all the skill sets in the game. So definitely a player to look out for, is maybe to be a contender for top 3. Taquito, though, probably going to be an uphill battle for him in this one if this match occurs. Probably going to stick to his guns. Probably going to pick that hidden against him. But still, Henry, just with how strong he's looked, it's really hard to give Taquito too much of a chance in this matchup as good as he's looked.
Yeah, and I think we could see them really battling it out on the DT picks, the speed, and the reading. I would give Kriller the edge on most of the aim and the kind of more alt-focused picks over Taquito.
Kriller. Henry. What? Okay, I'm trolling.
Taquito and Henry. But regardless, I think we're now moving on to our winners bracket matchup. This one is probably going to be the match of the tournament so far. Malashevsky versus Emrek.
We've got the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. I will not explain which one is which. Probably Malashevsky has the unstoppable force because he has been an unstoppable force in the tournament scene for the last year and a half. No one has been able to beat this guy. As you can see, gold stats on every single skill set apart from the speed and the stamina, which Emrek holds the gold on. And you know what? I think Emrek actually is the immovable object because he has been unmoved from the rank 1 position in this game also for the last couple of years, I think. So definitely the matchup of the tournament so far, as you mentioned. These guys have been absolute beasts across every single skill set. Definitely the two best tourney players, if both playing at their best right now.
They certainly have, and I think Malashevsky has just been so consistent. Emrek is obviously so good at the speed, at the stamina, at just all of these DT picks. But you look at Malashevsky's last matchup against Suwagi, and he had some absolutely absurd DT scores, getting 750k on one of the DT picks, just full comboing another one of them. And so those are going to be contestable for sure. And I do think the one kind of good hope for Emrek that could give him the edge over Malashevsky is the skill cap. Malashevsky is a very well-rounded tournament player, and what makes him so good is his consistency across every single skill set, across every single mod, whereas Emrek I would probably give the edge on skill cap. And now that we're getting into the finals, approaching grand finals where these maps are getting so hard compared to your typical, open rank tournament, we'll see if that gives Emrek a slight edge on certain picks over Malashevsky.
Yeah, and I tuned into Emrek's stream the other day, and he was doing a friendly 1v1 with Malashevsky, and I think they went to tiebreaker with each other when they were just playing, I think, a random map pool from a previous tournament. Maybe it was Corsace Open Grand, so not really exactly sure which one they played. But these guys are going to put on maybe one of the best OSU tournament matches we've ever seen, if this can live up to the hype. That is, I think, the ceiling of this match. Could be one of the craziest 1v1s we've ever seen. So you've definitely got to stick around. You've got to show up to this match because it is going to be insane.
Yeah, so excited what both of these players can do, especially on a pool like this. It's just so exciting what they can really do when put to the test.
All right, now what scores are you going to predict? I think I'll give it to Emrek in tiebreaker, if I'm being honest.
All right, well, then I will switch it up, and I will say Malashevsky in tiebreaker, so we've got some disagreement on the cast.
Ooh. All right, let's make a bet.
All right, let's do it. What are we betting?
Okay, You have to record yourself shirtless and do 10 star jumps. It's like jump. You just say I'm a star and you jump. I don't know.
Oh man, all right. I guess we'll take that bet. But
Okay.
that's going to be it for our predictions. Before we end off, so schedules are going to be out on Friday. If you want to see the schedules as soon as they're uploaded, follow Corsace on Twitter. Before then, all the VODs are going to be on YouTube, so if you want to see any of the VODs from this weekend, go check out the Corsace YouTube channel. Miles, anything else to add?
None from me. I'd like to thank you all for watching the Finals Mappool Showcase and the prediction stream. So be sure to stick around. The schedules are going to be coming out shortly for the matches this weekend, so be sure to mark that on your calendars because you do not want to miss this weekend. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day or night wherever you are.
Yep, looking forward to some crazy matches this weekend, and I hope you all have a good one for next weekend.